This is Scott from KIG. This is our video number 2 for this ThermalCare 15-ton air-cooled chiller. If I had mentioned 20-ton on the first video, that was a mistake. We just have so many chillers coming through here, sometimes I get a little confused. So we're going to come over and turn on our 460 volt power. When you see that, when they first turn on the fresh incoming power, you'll see that little message that comes on just for a second. It just says off and delay. First thing you want to do is press power and all the lights will come up on the screen. We have the set point preset at 30. That's as low as it can go. You can go up to 65. Any temperatures below 48, you have to run a 40% glycol solution, or you risk freezing up and rupturing the heat exchanger in the chiller. Right now you can see it has no flow because we haven't turned the start button on yet, which will initiate the pump flow and turn the chiller on. In fact, when we press start now, because we're below set point, the compressor will come on and start cooling a second or two later. So let's just press start. Pump will come on. And so we had fans, 2 big fans and a big compressor all turn on at the same time. So you hear a little bit of noise when that happens. Again, on our pump here, on the discharge side, we have that about 50% closed. If you have a shut-off right at the inlet into the tank that you're cooling, it is sometimes nicer to have that restriction for the pump, to bring the pump within the amp zone farther away than there. So at any rate, you have to have the pump have enough back pressure so it falls into the nameplate amps that it's calling on the ID tag. Because we're at such a high set point high temperature with respect to our set point, you'll see that high water temperature light on, compressor light on, pump on, and over set point. Okay. Now, if you're gonna, we're just cooling down to 30 to show how well this cools. When you get down to these type of temperatures, you're gonna start creating frost. Because what's taking place in the compressor is going to be around 10F, give or take. So you're going to start getting ice and frost on the lines in the compressor. So if you are chilling in that range, there is going to be condensation and moisture. It's our understanding that this customer wants to do a wide range of temperatures depending on their application. So the warmer the set point, the less likely you'll get that sweating. Again, this is our test tank here. That is just under 200 gallons of a 50% glycol. That is going to take a while to start getting down to temp. Right now it's at about 65. I believe these are 2-inch inlet outlet connections, I'm pretty certain. You're just going to have the female connections for the inlet and outlet on the chiller. We have a brand new pressure gauge there going back to the pump pressure for the glycol. Oh, so once we reach a lower set point like this that we're running, the unit does have hot gas bypass option, which is capacity control. So the idea there is to leave the compressor running as long as possible within reason, because we don't like frequent starts and stops on compressors. So you'll start hearing a hissing noise, and when you're running at these lower temperatures and with such little load, our load is just the tank. You can see we're already down 5 degrees or so. You're going to hear that hissing, and it's going to be maintaining at the 30. If and when you do need to chill at that temperature. If the chiller never shuts off because of the hot gas, you can disconnect the hot gas option. Some folks like to keep the hot gas going the whole time, just to stabilize a tighter temperature set point. Up at the higher set point ranges, it will go past the set point and then turn everything off. Give us a call if there's any misunderstanding of what the hot gas bypass option is. It is an upgrade. It is a feature on chillers this size. So I'm going to come back to video number 3 while we're maintaining that 30-degree set point temperature, and I'll wait a while so you can see the ice forming on the lines, just to add credibility to how the unit's cooling and maintaining. Thank you.